Hey y'all, how you doing today? So for those of you that are unaware, I have been playing a game called Kingdom Guard. It is a gacha game because you can pull heroes from a pool of summonable heroes. And like with all gacha games, there of course is inevitably gacha tier lists. For those of you that are new here, how I like to go about this is after I read off the names of all of the character in a certain tier, I then off camera go and inspect all of their kits and abilities and stats myself, and then put in a little bit about why I think they may have been placed in that specific tier.
Before we move on, please allow me to take a moment to thank this video's sponsor, Huawei App Gallery. Huawei App Gallery is the official Huawei app store that you can use to download hundreds of Android apps. The app works perfectly with any smartphone. Just like the Play Store has rewards and deals, so does Huawei App Gallery. In fact, you can even download Kingdom Guard from the gallery so that you can begin reaping the advantages almost immediately. Please join my Discord if you have any more questions, and I have links to both the gallery and my Discord in the description. Thank you so much again for sponsoring this video. Now, without wasting too much of your time, let's get back into it.
Starting with the cream of the crop in S tier, it looks like we have a hero of every element. Let's go ahead and see who we got. Grun, Erica, Sahar, and Jessica. And now is the part after naming them off where I will go look at all of their kits and explain to you why I think they're in the S tier.
Now with S tier, we are instantly going to see a pattern of strong support units. 3 out of 4 units that provide buffs, healing, or perks. The running theme here is endurance. Jessica has a passive that lowers the AP cost to fight monsters, and when you win, your entire team basically gets a full revive. These guys are absolutely dominating this list 100%, and I agree with all of them being there. Now whether or not this is all who should be here, I can't decide. I may have considered Lomax to be an S tier because she boasts the same passive of combat recovery all the other units in S tier seem to have, and she boosts troop load too. But this is not my list, and opinions can vary. Comment below someone that you think should have made S tier but didn't quite make the cut.
Alright, and moving on to the A tier, we have Paul, Cassette, Rosamund, Lomax, and Vera.
Now this is interesting, since all of the supports are in the S tier, usually the carries and damage dealers that you would see in S tier in gacha games are falling into the A tier in this one because of the mechanics of the game. These guys all seem to focus on area of effect abilities in combat, but boasting particularly useful perks such as Paul's increased troop load or Lomax's recovery boost that occurs mid-battle. Very useful, very good character choices, especially if you want quick progression in the beginning of the game.
Next is the B tier. Rudolph, O'Neill, Ariza, Menier, Wallace, Allen, and Dovar.
And following suit of AoE damage dealers being A tier, we have melee fighters finding their place in B tier, still having some great passives but not having too great of abilities. Still good characters and not an overwhelming detriment to use them. If choosing between some of these and some of the A tiers, it could go either way. But if you get an S tier after building one of these, it may be smart to make the switch.
Which puts us next at the C tier now. Paula, Ro, Gabriel, Claudia, Arthur, and Haiti.
Now in C tier, nothing out of the ordinary. Here, each character either has a terrible ability or undesirable passive. Arthur and Hades' passives reward you for not playing the game. Gabriel, whose attack only hits enemies in front. Gro, dealing increased damage to orcs. There tends to be a niche ability in their kit, and niche bonuses are not what you want in a game like this.
And lastly is actually going to be the D tier because there is no F tier on this list, but we'll get to that whenever we get to that. Catherine, Nicole, Isaac, Jennifer, and Ralph.
And in the D tier, or essentially the F tier, is where terrible characters go to die. Either niche passives and abilities, such as Jennifer having her entire purpose be to only boost archers, Isaac, whose ability throws projectiles randomly and 90% of them can miss. All the while missing, you would have been better off offline anyways since he boosts offline output. To be entirely fair, the game is new, the strategies are new, and this list is all about staying online long enough to constantly grow and blast past the beginning of the game. These characters have no role in that.
Okay, and that pretty much takes care of the tier list because in this other section you'll notice that the rarity of these classes are SR while SSR is what everyone else in every other tier is. And that's going to be my analysis of all of the characters on the tier list for Kingdom Guard. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you got this far, please like the video and subscribe because it really does help the channel. But other than that, y'all, that's gonna do it for me today, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.